you are something of a brainiac, and it's now starting to show, right? That you have a very, very, very poised mind. You could have a very solid mindset. You could have a very strong level of intellect. You're able to do a lot of things. You're able to learn very quickly. You learn in a way that may shock people. Maybe you learn really fast. And folks are just starting to realize that now, that you are actually a lot more smarter than they thought or than they ever knew. And it could be your boss, it could be coworkers, where this is the strange thing for it, for me personally, when it comes to the employment aspect of all of this, that an employer will actually put down all the criteria of what you need to be and who you need to be in order to be on their team or in order to be a part of their organization or company. And you apply and you get interviewed and you get the job and you're shining bright because you meet all the criteria. But I guess there was a caveat here. You are much more than what the criteria listed out. You're a lot more smarter, much more knowledgeable. You knew a lot about whatever sector, whatever that you're doing, and you're showing that as you service the community or as you do your job. Now your boss is looking at you up and down, and employers are starting to give you cut eyes and trying to get you fired and try to get you written up and start micromanaging you because they don't believe that you really know all of this. And how are you understanding everything? And you could be new, right? Why did they hire you then? If they didn't think that you were qualified, why did they hire you? You surprised them after the fact at how smart you actually were, how much of a fast learner you were. Now it's making them like intimidated. Like, I hired you, but now I'm intimidated because it seems like you know more than me. And I'm the supervisor, I'm the boss, right? So people start getting intimidated. It's like folks are surprised by the level of intellect you actually have. Because even if they thought you were smart, they thought that there was a cap, or they thought that it was just good enough. It's more than just good enough. You are surpassing all expectations. Your intellect is driving you to very special rooms, putting you in special positions that are astounding people, really shocking people, making people angry, even upset, jealous, intimidated, competitive, right? So it could be the boss, it could be employees that are looking at you this way, like, I didn't know that he was like that. I didn't know that she knew it like that. How does she know this? She's young. She shouldn't know it more than the seasoned vets do in their 60s. Why does she know more, right? How does she catch on to concepts so quickly? It could be your family. These are interesting individuals that are surprised by your intellect. I mean, they've been around, they've been knowing you, they've been understanding who you are, they've seen you grown up, like they've seen you, become a young man, a young woman, adult years, you know what I mean? Like, they've seen you. So why are they so surprised that you're so smart, right? It's like they put you in a box. Sometimes I think it's mostly subconsciously. A lot of family members will put you in a box, like, okay, you have some intellect, but you're no smarter than everybody else, you're no better than anybody else, and you're not trying to be better or trying to be smarter, but you might just be that anyway, right? You might just be smarter, you might just be a tad better with how you live your life, the choices you make. You're smarter about the route that you take, what you do, what you sign up for, what you don't, right? It could be to where your family is starting to realize now that you have the golden touch, or you have a golden brain, like you're very smart, very wise. Okay, it was going over their head for decades. They could have taken care of you, feed you, change your diapers, yada, 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 yada. They could have been there the whole time, and it didn't register that you were actually quite smart. Or, of course, it could have been to where your family members knew that you were smart, but they did not think it was anything special, right? It was just like anybody could be smart. Anybody could know a few more extra words or a few more extra calculations. Anybody can, but not everybody does. And you shine bright in the eyes of your family. And once again, people might be intimidated by that, a part of your bloodline, upset, jealous, competitive, trying to like beat you to it, match the intellect. You've just been chosen to have a smart brain, big mind, intellectual, very smart, very knowledgeable about a lot of things, a wide array of things. So it could be stunning your family, right? stunning coworkers and the bosses who literally took you on the team willingly and voluntarily. It could be family, it could be friends you've known for years as well, similar to family. Like they're kind of like getting the gist now that you're actually really, really smart. They've seen as you've grown up, even though you guys could be cool, could be hanging out here and there, that the route that you're taking, it seems like you're just being a little bit more wiser. Your intellect is really sharp. They're seeing that you're getting into different sectors and doing different things that really highlight and really show that you have a very smart attitude. You have a smart way of doing things. You're intellectual. You know a lot of things. Right? Like they could have known once again that you knew things, but they now are seeing in its full enormity, full scope of it, that this is not just somebody who knows things. This is somebody who is the intellect is ingrained, right? It's deeply ingrained. It's like you have been selected, right, to be super smart. And now all the signs and synchronicities are making sense to everybody else around you. Meanwhile, all you're trying to do is just glow, be brighter, learn more. You don't think you're better than everybody else. You continue, and I bet you guys do, if you really think about your life and you really think about what you got into and the things you've tried out and careers you may have pursued and businesses or hobbies that you have that really required your intellectual mind. And it just seemed like you were able to make things work really well. And your mind was the driving force of that. And it just caught on. And it could be to where you catch on to everything. You catch on to nitty-gritty concepts and the bigger picture. They could both be in existence at the same time for you, and you're able to dissect, and you're able to put details together, and you're able to really outshine even seasoned vets. And how do you do that, right? You've been selected to have such a bright mind that you don't have to speak, right? You're going to be spoken to. People are going to seek you out and then be mad that they did because you're so smart and they didn't realize that it was that kind of smart. It's kind of like the potency of your intellect is different, right? Like the concentration of your intellect is clearly not within the borders of what most people are used to, right? It's a lot of people that are smart in this world. Perhaps your level of intellect is potent, right? Like it's more just finely tuned, right? And it wasn't something that people had thought at first. Now they know, now they're starting to see, okay, that's why things are consistently going that way for Shirley. Because Shirley, I don't know why I'm always using the name Shirley. Shirley, her, everything that we've seen her do over the past few decades has been consistently, even if things didn't work out for Shirley, it's like her mind does not turn off and shut down like a robot. Shirley is broad-minded, full of ideas, has a lot of visions, has a lot of zest, a lot of relish for life, and is ready to seek the next best thing. Then learn something else, get into another trade, another skill, try something else, try something new, adopt new hobbies, and learn a new course. Shirley never stops learning. And when somebody realizes that the learning never ends for themselves, then who's to tell how broad, how intellectually inclined, more so they're going to become? It's all about having the right mindset. And a lot of times people with a really positive mindset tend to be extremely intellectual, right? Because they know that, not everything works out, not everything's for them, but they learn something though. They learn something from that. They learn something from that experience, even if they don't take it on with their journey, even if it's something they don't want to continue to pursue, even if it's something that doesn't work out, even if it's something that, for what they're currently doing, it's not applicable. They still learned. It's still added to their roster. Their brain still got sharper. They still learned something, right? So you're that type of intellect, somebody who is not afraid to go outside the box and keep the learning, keep the vibe going that way. You never want to shut your brain off and give up when something doesn't work out, because that's when people become mentally stagnant, and that's not the position you want to be in. And I almost guarantee a lot of you here on the Mindset Elevator watching this video are far from being stagnant, right? Your brains and your minds are so vast, so broad. And now people are starting to realize that you do have something else, a little bit, a little bit above, a little bit different, a little, you have more of an intellectual flair that is potent, right? So let it be known in the comments section if you feel like folks are starting to realize that actually you vibe very high intellectually, or your mind, it seems like maybe people didn't think it was that way and could have treated you that way because they didn't think it existed, that level of intellect, and now they're starting to see. And what is the shift? What are they doing now that you suspect they're starting to see, that shows that they are starting to see? Right? What do you think changed here? What do you think it was? What was the catalyst here that tried to, or maybe shifted people's mindsets to see that, listen, actually, Shirley actually is really, really smart. Like there's something different that they see in you now, or something different you're doing in your life now that shows them that. What do you think it is? How do you like to learn? What is your learning style, right? What do you like to do? How do you work your brain? Let it be known, all of these things here in the comments if you guys wish to share. I thank you guys for the good vibes. I thank you guys for the positivity and the insight. Let's, touch bases very soon, and stay up, stay elevated. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.